What are your thoughts on Torts, first of all, what he's doing?
I think what happened was when I look back at the team, it looked like the culture was broken, right? Like there was the team had injuries last year, but they had guys that were up, and I mean, it just wasn't. They weren't competing at a level you want. They weren't being pushed to a level that fans expected. I think bringing Torts in, like I like Torts. Like I said that this summer, I like the hiring of Torts. He's making the team. He's building back what the roots of the team are.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Compete hard, work hard. There's no more fighting anymore. I mean, they have a couple of guys that can do it, but it's not about that anymore. There is a progressive part to Flyers hockey as well that I think people are adjusting to. The league has changed.
Right.
So that, unfortunately for the Flyers and the model that they built from the ground up, that's changed a little bit too. But at the same time, you can't lose what you are and your connection to the city. Yeah. And I think that Torts is trying to bring that back. Ultimately, if they keep working hard like they are, like they're lacking star power.
Yes.
We know that. When you turn on a TV at night, there's no 97 like Edmonton has with McDavid or those guys that are going to be like, wow, we want to get out and watch it. They don't have that. So they're going to struggle with that in terms of people garnering interest. But they're working hard, and those are the things that I said last year that I didn't like. I didn't like much of anything about on or off the ice. And this year there's been a lot more to like about the team. From a standpoint of them winning, their goaltending's been unbelievable. Yes. I mean, Carter, I know he's off against the Blues, which we'll talk about, but he was sick. But he's been the best goalie in the league so far. And I think the Flyers' record has exceeded what it should be because of that goaltending.
100%. Yeah.
But I'm not going to complain about it because I'm seeing effort. And if the players are there, the 20 guys that are dressed at night, I commend that effort. And I say good job by John Tortorella for getting this thing off in the right direction. The Phillies, again, the Flyers get mired in the middle of a World Series run, a good start. And, but I will say this, like they lost 3 in a row, and I really thought the wheels were going to start coming off fully because they are lacking talent in areas it's going to take to win long term.
Yes.
And, but they've kept surprising me. They beat Ottawa, who's a complete fraud. No, I mean, they are, again. We were told they were going to be good. They have, the announcers up there tell you, they were getting their rings carved. And, I mean, Ottawa lost again. And and so, but again, it's Ottawa. You got to build some excitement. And then, the Flyers beating St. Louis and our great friend Chief Berube, who we all kind of spoke to, they're off to an unbelievably bad start. But the Flyers just home cooked them.
They did.
So they're playing hard. They're playing hard. They got a good goaltending from Sandstrom.
Yep.
Their team is playing well. They've taken away a lot of the middle of the ice in the D zone, and they've been resilient, in terms of goal scoring. Getting guys like Konechny's really stepped up.
Yep.
Scotty Lawton's done a great job. Hayes has had a good start to the year. Their D have been pretty good. Giving up a lot of shots some games, but for the most part, last night was the St. Louis game was, I thought, a good hockey game in terms of regular season, and they can't score, and the Flyers are a team that's surprised a lot of people coming out. But it's been, I think, a little bit of fear, guys, of the new coach. I've been there before, where you're like, man, I don't want to make one mistake because I'll be in the doghouse. So I think that's resonated through the locker room, but I give them credit. I can't say anything but good things about this team coming out of the gate and the effort that they've put in.